Hello, I am Dr. K.K. Misra. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel R Classes. In this video tutorial, I will be covering the key highlights which have been brought into Companies Act 2013 incorporation of a company. This is in series of the presenting key highlights in Companies Act 2013. Here I will be specifically discussing on incorporation of a company. Incorporation of a company, Companies Act 2013. The 2013 Act introduces a new form of entity that is known as OPC, one person company, and incorporates certain new provisions in respect of memorandum and articles of association. For instance, the concept of including entrenchment provisions in the articles of association has also been introduced. One person company. The 2013 Act introduces a new type of entity to the existing list, that is apart from forming a public or private limited company. The 2013 Act enables the formation of a new entity, one person company, that is OPC. An OPC means a company with only one person as its member. Section 3, Class 1st of Companies Act 2013 highlights it very clearly. The draft rules state that only a neutral person who is an Indian citizen and resident in India can incorporate an OPC or be a nominee for the sole member of an OPC. Let me tell you that, as I have earlier spoken, that I am not going to detail the entire Companies Act 2013, rather only key highlights. Here the 2013 Act specifies the mandatory content for the Memorandum of Association, which is similar to the existing provisions of the Companies Act 1956 and refers inter alia to the following: name of the company with last word as limited or private limited as the case may be, state in which registered office of the company will be situated, liability of the members of the company. However, as against the existing requirement of Companies Act 1956, the Companies Act 2013 does not require the objects clause in the memorandum to be classified as the following: first, the main object of the company; second, objects incidental or ancillary to the attainment of the main object; third, other objects of the company. Section 4, Clause 1 of Companies Act 2013 clearly highlights this particular change. Now, Memorandum of Association. Again, the basic purpose in the 1956 Act for such a classification as set out in Section 1949 of the 1956 Act is to restrict a company from commencing any business to pursue other objects of the company not incidental or ancillary to the main objects except on satisfaction of certain requirements as prescribed in the 1956 Act, like passing a special resolution, filing of declaration with the ROC to the effect of resolution. Another, reservation of name. The Act incorporates the procedural aspect for applying for the availability of a name for a new company or an existing company in sections 4, clause 4 and clause 5 of Companies Act 2013. Now, the articles of association. The Companies Act 2013 introduces the entrenchment provisions in respect of the articles of association of a company. An entrenchment provision enables a company to follow a more restrictive procedure than passing a special resolution for altering a specific clause of articles of association. A private company can include entrenchment provisions only if agreed by all its members, or in case of a public company if a special resolution is passed as per Section 5 of Companies Act 2013. Now, incorporation of a company. which was covered earlier under Section 35 of Companies Act 1956. Now the Companies Act 2013 mandates inclusion of declaration to the effect that all provisions of the 1956 Act have been complied with, which is in line with the existing requirement of 1956 Act. Additionally, an affidavit from the subscribers to the memorandum and from the first directors has to be filed with the ROC, Registrar of Companies, to the effect that they are not convicted of any offence in connection with promoting, forming or managing a company, or have not been found guilty of any fraud or misfeasance, etc., under the 2013 Act during the last 5 years, along with the complete details of name, address of the company, particulars of every subscriber, and the persons named as first directors. The Companies Act 2013 further prescribes that if a person furnishes false information, he or she along with the company will be subject to penal provisions as applicable in respect of fraud. That is Section 447 of Companies Act 2013. That the detail of it is given in Section 7 Class 4 of Companies Act 2013. Also refer the chapter on other areas. Formation of a company with charitable objects. An OPC with charitable objects may be incorporated in accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. New objects like environment protection, education, research, social welfare, etc. have been added to the existing object for which a charitable company could be incorporated, as against the existing provisions under which a company's license could be revoked. The 2013 Act provides that the license can be revoked not only where the company contravenes any of the requirements of the section, but also where the affairs of the company are conducted fraudulently or in a manner violative of the objects of the company or prejudicial to public interest. The Act thus provides for more stringent provisions for companies incorporated with charitable objects. Section 8 of Companies Act 2013 highlights this change in detail. Commencement of business, etc. The existing provisions of the 1956 Act as set out in Section 149, which provide requirement with respect to the commencement of business or public companies that have a share capital, would now be applicable to all companies. The Act empowers the ROC, Registrar of Companies, to initiate action for removal of the name of a company in case of company's directors have not filed the declaration related to the payment of the value of shares agreed to be taken by the subscribers to the memorandum, and that the paid-up share capital of the company is not less than the prescribed limits as per the 2013 Act within 180 days of its incorporation, and if the ROC has reasonable cause to believe that the company is not carrying on business or operations. The detail of it is given in Section 11 of Companies Act 2013. Registered Office of Company. Where a company has changed its name in the last 2 years, the company is required to paint, affix or print its former names along with the new name of the company on business letters, billheads, etc. However, the 2013 Act is silent on the time limit for which the former name needs to be kept. Section 12 of Companies Act 2013 highlights this change. Subsidiary company not to hold shares in its holding company. The existing provision of Section 42 of the Companies Act 1956, which prohibits a subsidiary company to hold shares in its holding company, continues to get acknowledged in the 2013 Act. Thus, the earlier concern that if a subsidiary is a body corporate, it may hold shares in another body corporate, which is the subsidiary's holding company, continues to apply. This is given in detail in Section 19 of Companies Act 2013. Alteration of memorandum. The Act clearly imposes additional restriction on the alteration of the object clause of the memorandum of a company which had raised money from the public for one or more objects mentioned in the prospectus and has unutilized money. The Act specifies that along with obtaining an approval by way of a special resolution, a company would be required to ensure following if it intends to alter its object clause: publishing the notice of the aforesaid resolution, stating the justification of variation into newspapers. Exit option can be given to dissenting shareholders by the promoters and shareholders having control in accordance with the regulations to be specified by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Section 13 of Companies Act 2013 highlights this alteration of memorandum. So this was all about this video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it, and if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel R Classes and press the bell button and pass it on to others, those who are needy now and in the future. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.